that this is one of the things that human rights defenders do. I'll go to the radio station and I'll tell this country that something bad happened, and that if we remain silent, we are only supporting it. It will happen again. And so, I told my organization I'm going to the radio station, and they said, Victor, Julie, if you go, you're not coming back to this organization. I'm like, what? I found it with you. And they said, no, you want to come back. I had only one support from a board of about, I think, 7. Only Kasha said, you come, I'm behind you. And so I went to air. And those days I was very, very bitter inside. Because I talked during that show, I almost broke the things. And I was up on my feet, and the presenter is saying, listeners, Juliet is on his feet. He's on his feet because it was too much for me. I was feeling a lot of anger. And yeah, I said what I had to say. And I said, I think that we cannot remain silent when this kind of things happen to Ugandans. And that was the beginning of my coming out at that level, you know, on air and saying, I'm a human rights defender. I'm not sure what I'm doing, but I know that I want to end this situation, this miserable situation. And so we went on like that, but we didn't have support. How did we get this support? I didn't know how, but at least I had knowledge of the internet. I went to the internet and searched human rights, gay, bisexual, organizing, and that kind of thing. Every time you put in those words on Google, you find a lot of things come up. And so I found groups like Behind the Mask in South Africa. I found like the Lesbian Scavengers in London, and that I copied their website. The first Freedom and Rock Uganda website was like the Lesbian Scavengers. I thought that I was a lesbian scavenger. and then I started to write together with Kasia and some other people. We started to write to these, people. Because on the internet you find contacts and everything. We started writing to them, and people responded, and we started talking to them. They started to build us as people who were older and struggle. Canada, if you want to join with Uganda, really, you don't need to, if you want to support the struggle in Africa, you don't need to be told what to do. I think that as a human rights community, which most of you are, first thing that you need to do is to go back and look at what human rights defender means. And we're doing radical activism. What is radical activism? Is it just screaming, release them, write press release, that kind of thing? No. It has a meaning, radical. I know that when I was young, in school, I was told that radical is fruit. That thing being goes down, that thing that becomes a plant. And radical is fruit, and this is activism. Activism that we do from the root. What most of us are doing today is solving problems from here, instead of looking at the source of the problem and dealing with it. That is what has divided our movements. The discussions today is the trans movement, for example, a part of the gay and lesbian movement. Why not? Trans people are human beings, and I think our work, our business, to defend the rights of human beings. Person is attacked, I think that the identity at some point is not even an issue. A human being has been attacked. As a lesbian, you rise up. As a human rights defender, you rise up. Because if you wait to defend those who are in your category, then I don't see why you even put that label against your name. I'm sorry if I'm stepping on some people's feet, toes. But truth of the matter, Canada, what you need to do is to remind yourself, what is an activist? What is a human rights defender? What is radical activism? If you answer those questions, then you know what you can do to help other movements that are still lagging behind. Today, a lot of things are happening in Africa. Here are arrests in Nigeria, here are arrests in Cameroon, in Uganda, it's like Uganda is, I don't know how to describe it to beyond. In Kenya it's happening. Canada is one of the countries has brought some of these religious fundamentalists that have destroyed the lives of Ugandans today, that have taken priests back into the closet. They cannot do their job anymore. that has led to families mourning people because parents, I will not say much about that because it affects somebody here. It's those religious fundamentalists that have increased the number of people on the streets, rejection. I don't know if there's even suicide because people are in hiding, people are back in hiding. We don't even know whether some are dying or not because people cannot even meet. Some of them are coming from Canada, and I think I don't have to tell you what to do about such people. But they're here, they live in this country, and as activists, yes, you know where to start from. But yes, you know where to start from because we are not going to tell Canada to stop. Canadians who mind about the lives of other people, it's high time for you to speak out to even your governments, to your government, not just Canadians, everybody from the West here. Like some of my colleagues have said, it came from the West. When we came to our countries, discovered what we had already discovered. We say that this is evil, and in fact now it is illegal. And then they leave. They come back to where they came from, and they leave it there. They come back to their countries, and they solve the problem. I think it is time for us, excuse me, this might be a little bit, not so easy, but it should be the responsibility of this generation to correct things. It should be this generation to look back and see where our forefathers went wrong and correct that. How can you hear people are dying in Africa because of homophobia? And you really care, and you know where this homophobia came from, and you hear every day, you read on the news every day, you listen to radio, they're talking about people dying, people in prisons, people being killed, and you just remain silent when you know that your governments, as peers with our governments, can do something, and you remain silent. I might tell you what to do. The other thing to do is to talk to your governments. Talk to your governments after you've connected with our movements. Speak to your governments. If something is happening because you're connected with our movement, and we have told you that this is happening, it is time now for you to rise up and say, look, where's our human rights departments? What are you doing in terms of foreign policy? How can you affect the situation in Nigeria, in Burundi, in whatever? Some countries have started doing this. The Netherlands has done it. Which other country has done it? Sweden has done it. And it is working. I think that for us to build a world free of human rights violations, we need to look beyond self and put ourselves in other people's shoes and take responsibility of each other's lives and say, I am responsible for that person. It is not okay for that person. Because for me, I don't defend only the rights of African gay people. If I hear about a gay man in Libya has been arrested, I'll do whatever it takes to contribute to the freedom of that man. I don't have to be a Latvian to support or to help a Latvian man to come out of prison. And I think it is time. It is stale, really. It is very stale for us to sit here and celebrate when things are happening. I'm happy to be here, a part of this pride, to celebrate. And it is good for us to celebrate. But I think that we might want to go beyond this celebration. That after the celebration is here, we can start doing things differently. Really, we can do things differently. That we can celebrate our pride.